Welcome to our channel. Today we're diving into the world of luxury cuisine, where the ingredients are rarer than a well-done steak in my kitchen, and the prices, well, let's just say they're not for the faint of heart. Get ready to discover the top 10 most expensive foods in the world. From caviar that'll cost you an arm and a leg to mushrooms that only grow in the wild, we're about to embark on a culinary journey that's as extravagant as it is delicious. So, loosen your belts, grab your wallets, and prepare to be amazed by the sheer indulgence of these culinary masterpieces. Almas caviar, you donkey, this isn't your average fish eggs on toast. We're talking about the rarest caviar in the world, harvested from the ancient beluga sturgeon in the Caspian Sea. These fish are as old as time itself, some living over 100 years, and the older they get, the more prized their eggs become. Why? Because the older the sturgeon, the smoother, more buttery, and frankly more delicious the caviar. It's all about the color, you see. Almas caviar boasts a pale, almost translucent golden hue. They call it almas, meaning diamond in Russian, and believe me, it's priced like one too. We're talking upwards of $35,000 per kilogram. That's right, you heard me correctly. You could buy a decent car for the price of a few bites of this stuff. So, what makes it so bloody expensive? Well, the beluga sturgeon is critically endangered, and the fishing of these magnificent creatures is strictly controlled. Add to that the fact that the albino sturgeon, which produces the coveted Almas caviar, is even rarer, and you've got yourself a recipe for culinary gold. If you ever get the chance to try it, savor every damn bite. Next up, we've got white truffles, the culinary equivalent of striking gold. These pungent little buggers grow underground in specific regions of Italy, France, and Croatia, and they're notoriously difficult to find. We're not talking about your average button mushrooms here, folks. These are the truffle world's rock stars, with a flavor and aroma that's out of this world. Earthy, musky, with a hint of garlic and cheese, it's enough to make you weep with joy. Truffle hunters, often using trained dogs or even pigs, spend hours, sometimes days, scouring the forest floor for these culinary gems. And when they find one, it's a cause for celebration, let me tell you. The price of white truffles fluctuates depending on the season and the harvest, but you can bet your bottom dollar they're going to cost you a pretty penny. We're talking thousands of dollars per pound. Why so expensive? Well, they're incredibly rare, notoriously difficult to cultivate, and their season is painfully short. It's a supply and demand game, and the demand for these pungent little morsels is through the roof. Saffron, the spice of kings, has a history as rich and vibrant as its color. This crimson gold spice comes from the delicate stigmas of the Crocus sativus flower, and it takes a hell of a lot of flowers to produce even a tiny amount. We're talking tens of thousands of hand-picked stigmas to make just 1 pound of saffron. It's a labor-intensive process, and that's reflected in the price. Saffron has been prized for its culinary and medicinal properties for centuries. It's got a distinctive earthy, slightly sweet flavor that adds depth and complexity to dishes like paella, risotto, and even desserts. Iran is the world's largest producer of saffron, followed by Spain and India. But be warned, there's a lot of fake saffron out there, so make sure you're getting the real deal from a reputable source. If you're looking to add a touch of luxury to your next meal, a pinch of saffron is the way to go. Just be prepared to remortgage your house to afford it. Matsutake mushrooms, found in the forests of Japan, China, and Korea, are like the ninjas of the mushroom world, elusive, prized, and bloody expensive. These mushrooms have a unique, spicy aroma that's unlike anything else. They're often grilled simply over charcoal to enhance their natural flavors, or used in soups and stews for an earthy umami kick. What makes them so special? Well, they only grow in the wild, in symbiotic relationships with specific tree roots. You can't cultivate these bad boys, which makes them incredibly rare. The Japanese in particular go crazy for matsutake mushrooms. They're considered a symbol of autumn and are often given as highly prized gifts. Prices vary depending on the size, quality, and origin of the mushrooms, but you can expect to pay hundreds, even thousands of dollars for a kilogram of these prized fungi. Kopi Luwak coffee, ever heard of it? Get ready to be grossed out and intrigued all at the same time. This coffee is made from beans that have been eaten, digested, and yes, pooped out by civet cats. I know what you're thinking. You want me to drink what? But hear me out. The civets, you see, they're picky eaters. They only choose the ripest, juiciest coffee cherries. The beans pass through their digestive system, where enzymes work their magic. supposedly giving the coffee a smoother, less bitter flavor. Kopi Luwak is primarily produced in Indonesia, the Philippines, and Vietnam, and it's one of the most expensive coffees in the world, fetching hundreds of dollars per pound. Is it worth the hype? Well, that's up for debate. Some people swear by its unique flavor profile while others think it's all a load of you-know-what. Wagyu beef, the Rolls-Royce of steak, is renowned for its rich, marbling, buttery texture and melt-in-your-mouth tenderness. It's enough to make a vegetarian weak at the knees. This luxurious beef comes from 4 specific breeds of Japanese cattle, and they're treated like royalty. We're talking massages, classical music, and a diet that would make a sumo wrestler blush. The high-fat content, distributed evenly throughout the meat, is what gives Wagyu beef its signature marbling and decadent flavor. It's an experience that'll redefine your definition of steak. Of course, all this pampering comes at a price. Wagyu beef is one of the most expensive meats in the world, with a single steak setting you back hundreds of dollars. But trust me, one bite of this buttery goodness, and you'll understand why it's worth every penny. Bluefin tuna, the king of the ocean, is a prized catch, especially in Japan, where it's considered a delicacy. These fish are massive, powerful creatures, and their size and flavor are legendary. The most expensive bluefin tuna are caught in the wild, and their size, fat content, and quality can vary greatly, which is reflected in the price. We're talking thousands, sometimes tens of thousands of dollars for a single fish. The most expensive part, the fatty belly, known as otoro, which melts in your mouth like butter. It's often served as sushi or sashimi, and it's an experience that'll blow your mind. However, the high demand for bluefin tuna has led to overfishing, and their populations are dwindling. So if you're lucky enough to try it, savor every bite and appreciate the rarity of this incredible fish. Ayam Cemani chickens, originating from Indonesia, are like the goth kids of the poultry world. These birds are jet black, from their feathers and skin to their bones and internal organs. It's enough to make you think they're from another planet. But don't let their appearance fool you. These chickens are prized for their meat, which is said to have a slightly gamier flavor than your average chicken. They're relatively rare, even in Indonesia, and their striking appearance has made them a sought-after breed. A single bird can cost hundreds, even thousands of dollars. While I haven't personally had the pleasure of cooking with Ayam Cemani chicken, I've heard it's best to keep the preparation simple to let its unique flavor shine through. Moose cheese, you heard me right, moose cheese. This rare and expensive cheese is made from the milk of, you guessed it, moose. But we're not talking about your average dairy farm here. Moose milk cheese is primarily produced in one place, the Elkhouse farm in Sweden. And let me tell you, milking a moose is no walk in the park. These animals are massive, and they're not exactly known for their cooperation. The cheese itself is a soft white cheese with a tangy, slightly sweet flavor. It's produced in limited quantities, making it one of the most expensive cheeses in the world. If you're a cheese connoisseur looking for a truly unique experience, moose cheese is definitely worth seeking out. Just be prepared to shell out a hefty sum for a taste of this rare delicacy. Last but not least, we come to the Yubari King melon, the crown jewel of fruit. These perfectly round melons are grown in greenhouses in Yubari, Japan, and they're treated with the utmost care and attention. We're talking individual hand pollination, massage with white gloves, and special hats to protect them from the sun. It's like a spa day for melons. Yubari King melons are prized for their sweetness, their perfect round shape, and their smooth, flawless rind. They're often given as gifts in Japan, and a pair of these melons can fetch astronomical prices at auction. Why so expensive? Well, it's a combination of rarity, labor-intensive cultivation, and the Japanese obsession with perfection. These melons are a status symbol, a culinary work of art. So there you have it, the top 10 most expensive foods in the world. From caviar that costs more than a car to melons that are treated like royalty, these culinary extravagances are a testament to the lengths people will go to for a taste of luxury. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more amazing content. Let us know in the comments which of these luxurious foods you'd love to try. Would you splurge on a bite of Wagyu beef, or are you more of a saffron kind of person? Until next time, keep exploring the world of food, one delicious bite at a time.